Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to talk about timing. In the previous video, we started to run our test cases, and the problem was that even though the test cases were passing, we couldn't see what was going on the page. So let me quickly rerun the test case and see where we left off. So yes, so as you can see, the test case passed, but we could barely see anything. Yes, so it took about 4 seconds for the test case to finish. So elapsed is 4 seconds. But the problem is we couldn't see what was happening on the page. There are basically three main, let's say, timing strategies I'm going to introduce in this tutorial. First, we have the Set Selenium Speed, and the second, we have the sleep keyword, and the third will be the wait until. For the wait until, we have a whole bunch of them. So for the time being, I'm going to start with the Set Selenium Speed and the sleep. With the Set Selenium Speed, it, let's say, slows down the time in which the test cases or the keywords run. So for now, the default is 0. The speed is set at 0, which means there is no time between when, for instance, when this input text keyword runs and when this one also runs. They are more or less done, even though they are not the same. They are not executed at the same time. It basically feels like they are done at the same time. So with the help of the Selenium Speed, we can reduce the amount of time between each keyword. So this is how we use it. So anywhere you want to put the Set Selenium Speed, you can put it anywhere you want, but it doesn't really matter if you bring it after the open browser. So we'll just, because you are going to see that the browser is open at least, so we are going to put it after the open browser. So there's a keyword Set Selenium Speed, and it takes one argument, that is the speed in seconds. So let's put 2, that is 2 seconds. So which means that from line number 12, it is going to wait for 2 seconds, or it's going to pause for 2 seconds. Then when this is done, another 2 seconds will pass, and when this is done, another 2 seconds will pass, and then another 2 seconds will pass. So let's see what goes on when I run the test case now. Let's see. Now the John has been typed. The Doe has been typed. Now the button has also been clicked, and that is it. So we already have a functioning test case that is being slowed down by the Set Selenium Speed keyword. So let's see the results. Yeah, so the browser is open, the Set Selenium Speed kicks in. So now it took 28 seconds for the test case to finish. Previously, I think we had 4 seconds, so that's what 7 times the amount it previously used. So even the experts in the robot framework recommend we do not use the Selenium Speed to reduce the speed at which the test case runs, but sometimes you need to slow it down so you see what is happening. So feel free to not use it, but I'm just teaching you that there's a way to slow down the test case if you need. For instance, if you need it to only happen at only a certain stage, now we have the set Selenium speed at line 11, so you can put it back to 0 if you need it to stop before. So let's see what this produces. Yeah, so the John is typed, then the do, and then quickly it doesn't wait for the, because we set it back to 0, so now it's using the default. There is a keyword we can use to know the default Selenium speed the robot framework uses, and that is the get Selenium speed. That does not take any argument. It just returns the speed for us, but we need to store it in a variable, so we can just store it in a variable. This is how we store values in variables in robot framework. The name of the variable in curly brackets with a $sign and then the equal to sign. You can omit the equal to sign. It's going to store it anyway. So when this is stored, so this keyword returns the speed being used by the robot framework, the default speed. Then we are going to store that value in the speed. Then we can log that value we have, and that is it. So let's now run it and see the default value before the new value was used. The new value of 2 was used. So let's see. So John, and then the last name Doe, and then he clicks the register now, and it is done. So let's go back and refresh. Let's see. Yes, so this is the get Selenium speed keyword. So, and this is the variable which is holding the value. So it says gets the delay that is waited after each Selenium command. So it means after each keyword. Yeah. So, but the default speed is 0 seconds, which means it doesn't wait between keywords. For instance, this input text and the next input text, there's no waiting time between when this is done and when this starts. So it immediately finishes doing this, it moves to the next one, the next input text. So that's why we don't see, we just see it briefly. So when we change the Selenium speed to 2, then it waits for a few seconds, but after this time set Selenium speed 0, we are taking it back to the original speed, which is 0. So from here, which means between this and this, there's no waiting time. It just continues. It clicks and the button is clicked and the browser is closed. Let me run it one more time without the speed, and let's see. So I have commented out the set Selenium speed 2. Now let's run it again. Yes, so quickly. It took just a few seconds. Now we still have the 4 seconds from the previous run. 4 seconds compared to the 20 seconds. So that's the difference between not using the default and using the default. The default is more or less faster, but if you want to slow down the test case so you see what is happening, then you can use the set Selenium speed to more or less slow things down. The next one I would like to talk about is the sleep keyword. The sleep keyword. There is a keyword. Let me remove the set Selenium speed. There's a keyword known as sleep the sleep means stop, like pause. So when we use the sleep keyword, then we are telling, let me type it. So let's say, so in this case, we are telling the robot that when you get to this line, like 14, stop, do not move until after 5 seconds. So the sleep also takes at least an argument, the sleep keyword, and then the value in seconds. So if I type 50, that's 50 seconds. 120 seconds is 2 minutes. Yeah, so let's use 5, which means all the keywords run until this side. When it gets to line 14, it pauses or it stops for 5 seconds before it continues. So let's see how that one compares to the set selenium speed keyword. Yes, so it's paused for 5 seconds and then continued. So let's see what it says. It also took 9 seconds because previously we're having 4 seconds, and then I'm telling it to stop the execution for 5 seconds. So the 4 seconds plus 5 seconds, that's 9. So let me increase it one more time, or let me add another one here. So after it types the John into the input text, it stops a bit, and then after the do as well, it stops a bit. So let's see. So it's waiting for the 5 seconds. Done is typed, do is typed. Yeah. So it finished executing, and it says it took 13 seconds because without the sleep time, it took 4 seconds for the test case to finish. And then I added sleep of 5 seconds. So 5 plus 4, which is 9. And then one sleep after when the John is typed into the first name text field. And then another 2 seconds after when the Doe is typed into the last name text field. So that is how we can slow down or stop the test cases or our test cases from running too fast. Again, the experts say we should not use this too much in our test cases, but sometimes I realized the test cases fail when you do not have the sleep or the set selenium speed. So you can try it out. Anyone that works for you, you can stick to that one. But typically, I often use both of them, the set selenium speed and the sleep keyword as well. We would also talk about the wait until. So that is highly recommended. That one, even if you want to use the sleep or the selenium speed, set selenium speed, I recommend you always use that one. More explanation in the next video. Thank you for watching.